Oh, why? The hello! Today we'll be doing, that was a horrible fucking Asian accent. The hero, like a somebody. There you go, that's better. But, yeah, today we'll be doing, once again, single rounding, right? Maybe today will be my last 2 hours on this topic, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop, practicing what I am doing, which is creating the shape and then rotating it from memory, right? So that's a really good practice. Maybe today will be the last day. Maybe tomorrow I'll do 1 more hour, right? I think I'm going to sleep over tomorrow. But either way, single rounding, all right? Single round these boxes. Create a box with a lighter pencil, pen, whatever, and then preferably with a pen, round it, right? And then rotate it. You don't have to do the rotation part, but this is the artwod grind node. Link in description. I have to keep remembering to shell them. But yeah, apart from that, stop fucking lazing about. Either watch to be entertained, or if you're an artist, draw to learn and to practice, because you most definitely can't do something like this. I can almost guarantee that you can't do something like this. So get to it. Let's start learning how to do something like this. Stop being I don't think lazy is a right word. I think a useless drain on society is more accurate. So if you want to refrain from being that, come on, get your ass up. Let's draw. Draw with me, ASMR. Right. So, what the fuck did I do? How many? Okay, let's see. I did 1, 2, 3 from the top. The fuck are they all from the top? What kind of retarded shit? I don't know anymore. Oh, that's from the bottom. That's from the bottom. Okay, we'll do another one from the bottom. Hit it from the bottom. I don't even think that's a saying, but either way, let's just get started. I'm gonna obviously try to continue to make, hopefully, what can be considered to be interesting designs, right? Even though I converged that end of the box way too much. Yeah, hopefully what can be considered to be interesting, right? Riveting designs. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to keep going, right? Maybe I'll have to, maybe not I'll have to, maybe I'll try to increase the complexity. I did rewatch this little short, not that I watch shorts, but it came up on my feed about Andrew Huberman saying that as an adult, leaning to frustration while you're learning is pivotal, right? Like being at the cusp of that frustration. So maybe I was, maybe I wasn't the last little bit that I've been practicing, but that's always a good reminder. It's like what I say, you want to make many errors and then lean into the errors, but perhaps I was missing the frustration part of the equation. Okay, let's just do a normal single rounding here. Actually, no, we're not gonna do a normal single rounding here. I literally just said I was gonna lean into frustration. So let's do that. Right, trying to keep all the different points in mind. Right, it's connecting there. It's connecting there. It's connecting there, and it's connecting there. Cool. Then we will there you go. Okay. Obviously, I want to keep in mind some sort of evenness. Technically, that is centered, I'd like to think, right? Relatively, if we do the cross section, that's literally where the center is. I didn't even mean to do that, so that's good. That's intuitive, right? We're building the intuition, right? So I'm trying to again think about all the things that I've seen from like online in terms of multiple rounding, right? Hard surface specifically, so we can do something like this, and hopefully this will also enable us to create something that's more designed, right? Again, I keep saying that word, but maybe I don't know exactly what it means. And I'm just trying to think. That's how much space we're giving. It's coming out. Okay, so right, again, I'm not looking at this over here because I'm trying to keep in mind the grid, and intuitively, to a degree, not really intuition, I'm trying to think, obviously, I'm trying to think about it, but I'm also trying to make sure that I can keep the size and the proportion of this angle in mind while I round, right? That's another important thing that I'm trying to do. And let's see, there's already quite a few things that I've done here that are difficult. right? Maybe I should just round this off. And, ooh, that's a difficult line. Connect it like that. Again, I'm trying to find that balance between creating a more difficult shape, but also think about the fact that I do have to rotate this. This is something that has to be rotated from memory, let it be known, right? So, is this our shape? Is this our shape? Or maybe I can do something like that. That's already off perspective, and that's something I have to own up to. These are both off perspective, but I was just trying to add an additional little rounding. Yeah, these are both off perspective. I should have made this a bit wider, as like, same with this, right? But mistakes have been made. Now let's analyze this shape and try to rotate it in our mind. I feel as if this is a decent amount of the frustration that I should be leading into, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. I think I know what the shape is. I'm trying not to look at it too much. I don't want to look at it at all as I do this, but let's see. Okay, so let's do something like, and then it's connected like so. And the question is, how big is this? Well, I'm 8 inches, that's for sure. But that's only after the prosthetics have been added. Other than that, I hop my way to the victory known as length times girth equals a happy. I don't know what I'm saying. This is such a roundabout way of just trying to make a stupid dick joke. Ignore it. Everybody ignore it. Let's move on. Sad. Okay, let's try to remember the distance as well. And again, all of this has to be done through memory and still having a relatively clean lines, right? Still keeping the grid in mind, still keeping the entire shape in mind. Right, this is already too big. I feel as if the distance between these perhaps not the best, but let's see. Something like that. Then it connects like so, perhaps. That's too thick. I already know that's way too thick. And that line curve as well was too thick. Okay, I mean, I accidentally keep looking here. We say accident, but of course it's not an accident. Part of my mind is like, look at it. It's not a big deal. Stop being a little bitch. But the other half is like, no, you can't look at it. So that. Okay, and then I don't know how long it is. Again, it's really annoying having the ability of peripheries, to be honest. Because even when you don't want to look at something, your brain will still find a way to make you look at it. Hopefully, this doesn't count as cheating. If it does, well, tough titties to me, I guess. I'm the only one losing out on this experience of... Oh, that's diverging. Okay, how'd I do? Well, yeah, you see, okay, so these are obviously, this should have been much shorter, much thinner, the base that it lands on. This part's okay. This should have been a bit longer, a decent amount longer. It's okay, so this needs to be thinner and this needs to be longer. But overall, the idea is there, which is good. But again, the problem right now is the shape, I believe, right? The shape I'm creating in and of itself is not that interesting. It just isn't that interesting. right? It just, I personally believe I'm not creating much of an interesting shape, right? And that is where the problems lie. But you know, that's just how it is sometimes. And that, thankfully, is a design error, right? It's something that we can focus our attention on and get better at, right? So I'm trying to think. Okay, I think I understand. Right, and then we can do something like, I still don't know if this is too thick, but I'm trying to keep proportions in mind as well as I do this. Perhaps most likely poorly in mind, right? But still, we are making an attempt. Okay, do I need to lift the page up? Not that much anymore. But again, I'm actually very surprised with myself that I'm able to recreate things from memory to, well, that was a horrible fucking line. Horrible rounding in general. To a decent degree, right? Nothing that makes someone nut in celebration, but perhaps just a little bit of a leaking. Or maybe it's just like, oh! Right, every time I accomplish something decent. I wouldn't be averse to that. I would be averse to these horrible lines I'm making though, Jesus Christ. But it's okay, I'm learning. Okay, how far back? I think that's decent. But this is good, because this is the angle I struggle with the most. Right? This type of line. See, that wasn't even a good curve. And let's see, I think this is way too long actually, because I think this shape is too long. Well, I made this shape way too large. And I guess, yeah, and this one didn't go, this isn't cut in deeply enough. These are meh. Overall, pretty meh, but still great. It's because it's meh, that means there's always room for progress. How deep, how deep. The next one, I'm gonna try to design something interesting, and okay, I'm gonna try to speak out loud what that is too, but let me rest my brain first, right? And I encourage you to do that as well. So one thing I've noted just from looking at a couple hard surface examples, when it comes to designing, you could say, is that yes, I've been doing a lot of subtractions, but the subtractions in which I've noted in the hard surface designs, they're much more subtle, right? There's a level of subtlety about them. And the thing is, there's a lot. So I can't, nor should I right now, attempt to do everything that I've seen. But I think, at the very least, what the fuck? At the very least, I should create a rule like I have been here, which is at least one subtraction, right? We're cutting out into the basic shape, and at least one addition, which we're adding on. So I've been able to consistently do that for all of these. I've been, as you can see, with every single one of them, there's a subtraction, there's an addition. I haven't been doing that intentionally, but I guess I've been subconscious. I guess with some degree of consciousness, I've been trying to have diversity, right? And that diversity manifested itself intergenerational wealth, as well as a subtraction and an addition. Just got to keep reinforcing it, and I'll believe. So I think the next step now is to have at least one prominent subtraction and one subtle subtraction, and one prominent addition and one subtle addition. So to vary the degree of the prominence of the what the fuck am I saying? Attraction? Addition. Have I been saying attraction the entire time? Addition, sorry. Addition and subtraction. I don't know what I've been saying. I hope it's fucking whatever, it's retarded. I've clarified myself. That's all that matters. So now that's an extra layer of thinking, which is an extra layer of frustration I could lean into, right? So we can start with a prominent, we can start with a prominent addition, which is going to generally be what I've been doing, right? I'm not thinking too much about, the diversity of the type of addition or subtraction I'm doing right now. We just need to ensure that we are doing it and that it is different enough, right? Like obviously, like this rounding was horrible. So there's a lot of things to keep in mind. So there's my prominent addition, right? Or sorry, my subtle addition. Now we need a more prominent one, which essentially just means it needs to be a bit thicker. It needs to jut out a bit more, right? So we could try something like, there you go, something like that. Right? Where I rounded it and then I calculated, because I still took the perspective of mine, I just calculated a box like this and then to diagonally cut across and then to round at the edge. Does it look perfect? No, but already we can see that there is a notable increase in the variety of the shape that I've drawn, right? And now we need a prominent subtraction, which I already have an idea for, so let's just finish this. Sorry, we need a subtle subtraction, and then we need a prominent subtraction. And this is really going to test my ability to rotate as well as my ability to remember, right? Because already we've increased the complexity of the task at hand. But you see what I mean? This already looks more intriguing, right? It already looks more interesting. And I'm going to do my prominent subtraction here by, let's see, something, it can be a really simple one. There you go, just something like that, right? That's a prominent subtraction, and then we can do a subtle one, which can be something like this. And you see, all of this challenges my line work, my ability to see the grid, and my ability to consistently maintain the perspective. Especially this angle. Those of you who watch me know that I struggle with this angle horrendously, so now I have to think about the perspective. It's cutting out the box. It's essentially this plane. Okay, so that's what we would see. Right, something like that. There we go. There we have our cutout. So there you go, just like that. We've created a generally, at least I'd like to believe, a more interesting shape. I know my line work, obviously my lines and my perspective issues may make it seem as if it is just kind of whatever. But I think if we just look at the design itself, it's already a bit more interesting. I know perspective issues, especially here, because it's not following it correctly, is making it seem a bit awkward, but this is the first step. This is the first step to practicing this. So now I actually have to memorize this. I have to actually commit this to memory. So let me stare at it. Let me stare at it. Let's use language to describe it. So we have a cutout that's diagonal, right, with a smaller box right around here. And then it rounds. Diagonal protrusion that rounds. And then on one side of it, we have an addition. And then on the other side, after a little bit, there's a subtraction. So if I were to possibly do something like this without looking at it now, we should have a pretty decent idea of what is going on. Right? You see, so it's actually incredible to me that I'm genuinely getting better at remembering the shapes. Maybe not the proportions, definitely not the proportions, but that is going to happen with time, right? And again, it is a bit further back, and then we get... But you see how you can just train this? The point I'm trying to make, with all the work I've been putting in thus far, is that we can literally train ourselves to achieve anything. Especially in art, where it's purely just a matter of thinking. Right? It's just a matter of thinking. And then training that thinking. Right? Now, is this equally as long? I don't think so. I think I fucked up the length somewhere along the lines. And I think maybe I fucked up the perspective here as well. Maybe. I think I definitely did, because I was looking at this as the perspective. See, so that's a fuck up. But that's okay. We live with it. We don't try to adjust it. We just live with it. Right? Okay, that's a mess up, because this is where the cutout was supposed to be, actually. So I wasn't really thinking about that either. So that's a fuck up on my end. I just did it without thinking. But the thing is, I acknowledge and I understand that that exists, right? That's a huge, huge improvement. I acknowledge that, and I know that that's what it looks like, right? Same thing with this over here. I want to state that I literally did not practice drawing from memory up until this point, like last episode or whatever, if you want to call it that. So everything you see is me just getting better as we go, because I'm thinking very, very much so on how it should all work. Okay, so there you go. Now we know. Okay, this should have been much larger, right? This is actually pretty okay, this front side, but this should have been much larger, right? And because that's much larger, maybe this should have been a bit wider as well. And this one extends further back, right? So that's pretty good. I would say that's actually pretty... Yeah, it's not bad at all. Considering that this is all being done from memory now, I have to give myself a slap on the ass. I mean, a pat on the back, I think. So now I want to do something extremely difficult, which is rotate and see it from the back. Right? So that is going to be very, very hard. So I want to see it from this angle. So I need to rotate that in my mind first. This actually, and the thing is, when you practice this from memory, you're just getting better at committing your understanding of shapes. Actually, I think the memory thing is the hack, right? Where we're not looking at the reference anymore. We're analyzing the reference, and then we're trying to do it from memory. This is what I'm saying is nothing. What I'm saying is new whatsoever. By the way, I want to state that Kim Jong-il, this is literally what he did. Is in his own way, he would observe the world around him from a very young age. By the way, because again, he was obsessed, right? He was obsessed with translating the world around him into line. Let's not forget that he had an obsession with it. That's why he drew for fucking 8 to 12 hours a day for a vast majority of his youth and adolescence, right? But the principle is the same, I'd like to think, which is you're observing, you're exerting extraneous amounts of energy and thus discomfort into analyzing and understanding the shape. And again, like while I'm speaking, I'm not just shooting the shit for no reason. I'm literally trying to continually rotate this in my mind. Right? And then that is when you make the commitment right? So let me try. See, so I made an attempt now, and hopefully what I'm saying will resonate once I fulfill the attempt to the best of my ability. That's another thing. That's why I like using the words best of my ability. Not I'm fucking, gonna do it amazingly, or this is all I'm capable of, but best of my ability. Because that is all we have the liberty to do, is to just try. And once you're trying, and you're trying really, really, really hard, that's where the magic happens. Right? Because consistently I will lose the perspective, which is why you also need to remember and learn how to zoom out. Right? Because consistently you will lose the perspective. Let's not forget that part either. And I mean absolutely consistently you will lose the perspective, just like I have been. Right? See, that's a mistake, because that line should not have existed. This line right here, because we need to remember that this is also jutting out. But the fact of the matter is, I did remember it, right? I just didn't account for this seamless transition and the lack of this line, right? And again, it's diverging, which is a mistake on my end. I can try to relatively course correct it. Okay, so if this line didn't exist, this would actually be pretty fucking decent. This line right here. You see how one line could completely break the illusion, right? This is more accurate. It should have been a bit longer. Proportions obviously could have used some work. This in general should have been much longer actually, right? The width of this shape, but I guess I was constrained on the space I had available anyways, right? But yeah, guys, this is a fucking incredible practice. And even if you're not getting it down perfectly, you notice how my general proportions are becoming more aligned, right? And my memory in actually understanding these shapes is also just getting better because I'm focusing it. It's fucking incredible. So yeah, let me rest my brain. I got a new page to continue doing this on with. And yeah, we'll just keep going. This is so fucking fun. This is the part where the struggle is worth it, right? Because you're worthing the struggle. Deep thoughts. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, just gonna drink some water and we'll continue onwards. But yeah, hope you're all challenging yourselves. And if for those, I mean, I don't know who's listening at this point, right? But in the future, thousands will be. So I guess this is still applicable. But for those of you who are actually following along with this multiple rounding or single rounding journey, right? Don't just stick with it. You see, I've been progressively making it more and more difficult for myself, right? When you compare it to these shapes, I actually I don't even know if I'm fucking saying that properly anymore. But either way, like you notice how I'm progressively trying to make it more difficult, more complex, make things more difficult to rotate and memorize, right? So be sure to also apply that to yourself, right? Just make whatever you can. Think of a way that you're like, what would kind of annoy me? Not even annoy, yeah, what would frustrate me? What would make me be like, damn, fuck, that's gonna be hard to think about. And then do that, because that's where you're gonna grow, right? And lean into the frustration, not the feeling of frustration, but the the work that you know should be relatively quote unquote frustrating, i.e., difficult, right? Uncomfortable. That doesn't mean you should derive feelings of frustration whilst doing it, but you should choose the action or the effort that would stereotypically be a more frustrating or difficult task to do, right? So, with that being said, I'm going to try to do the exact same thing. I'm going to try to up the ante because I can't just. Oh, it's only been half an hour. Wonderful. Because I can't just fucking say that I'm gonna do that. I have to obviously uh, own up to it, right? So that's what we're gonna do. Wonderful. Oh god, that's converging so much. Disgusting. Well, technically, it's still accurate. That just means the vanishing point over here is very strong. Whatever. Technically, I'm not shit. God, I fucking love drawing. I fucking love drawing. Anyways, I'm not gonna lie. I know some people now or in the future will think I'm very disciplined with my art practice, but it's not that I'm disciplined. It's the fact that I feel more uncomfortable not doing it anymore since I've built the habit than I have. So in the beginning, building the habit was purely just about getting myself to sit down and do the thing, right? Which I would use a lot of mental gymnastics, but I consistently did my best to sit down and do the thing. And even today, I ate a bunch of food. My brain was, all the blood from my brain was going to my gut, digesting all that shit. I did not want to fucking do any of this, bro. I did not want to draw. I don't want to draw at least 60% of the time that I sit down and draw. And I mean that like, I don't want to draw before I actually do it. But once I'm here, it's kind of, it does get easier to just do the thing. So I'm trying to think, what would make it very difficult for me to practice and to memorize? I have a shape in mind. Let's try. Yeah, let's try applying that. Right. Fucking not even the best rounding, but whatever. Right, again, we're keeping that in mind, right? Perspective. I'm doing this very intuitively now, of course, but I still relatively know the 2 points in which I'm rounding against. Again, go to artwod if you want to actually learn about single rounding. They're literally the only fucking platform I've seen that actually teaches this shit properly. This isn't even me shilling, because again, I'm not affiliated. I'm begging, I'm holding on to dear life that one day they'll affiliate me, these pieces of shits. They haven't done it yet, so that's what it is. I'll make that just a normal one, but then we'll do something like that's rounded, right? And then we can do, what type of shape can I do? Well, I can do a cutout. Should I do a cutout? So there's our significant subtraction, right? Now we need a significant addition and the subtle subtraction, a subtle addition. Okay, so I'll do a subtle subtraction like this. I have an idea now. We'll make it nice and long, because this way I'll be forced to think about the proportion, right? Right, and see, and it's very difficult. You see how I fucked up that line horrendously? But that's supposed to be a subtraction. It was just the lines are supposed to be a lot cleaner, but subtraction nonetheless. And we'll curve this, we'll curve this. Even though that curve is also pretty mediocre. So you see, there's a lot of things that I struggle with even now. And that's fine. Because again, I'm not aiming to be the fucking god of subtractions. In terms of a perfect subtraction. It's just about applying it, right? Applying it and making it make sense. That doesn't mean I don't strive for perfection, by the way. I want to be very clear that I do oh, this should have been straight, so it should have been something like that. Okay, see, I'm still, this is already, like, this is great. This shape is already very complicated to me, right? So we're gonna struggle a lot with this one, and that's good. I'm upping the ante just in terms of the shape that I'm creating. Therefore, I'm exponentially increasing the difficulty in understanding how to rotate it from memory. how to rotate it and then from memory, right? So, and you see when I'm focusing on one thing, my line quality suffers, right? Because I'm thinking about how to make the subtraction make sense, but then my line quality suffered. So that's another thing to think about. I don't even think this line made sense that I added here. Now that I think about it. Maybe it does, who knows. I'm trying to understand it. But at the end of the day, this is all just great practice for spatial reasoning, right? Okay, now we'll have our significant subtraction here, or addition here. There you go. And we need a small addition as well, which I will do. Can do. Rick and Morty reference, I guess. Right. And then, yeah, we'll just do a small addition in the back, maybe. So we can do something like this. Again, I know my lines are suffering greatly, but that's okay. This is how some things, this is how they work. There you go. It's gonna make it very You see, I'm like tilting my head. You can't see that, obviously, but I'm fucking tilting my head because I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make this all work. And this is gonna require a lot of fine motor skills. As well as great spatial reasoning. Both of which I severely lack. So, the shape is alright. I thought it would have been better, but now I have to fucking memorize this. So, that's gonna be amazing. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm actually very excited to looking forward to memorizing this. But let's see. We got a cutout here. It juts in over here. This is a sharp edge. It's not a rounding. These are all drastic roundings, right? It rounds around here and around the back. Let's see. How do I want to rotate this first, actually? Let's think about that in my mind. How do I want to rotate this? Because the thing is, even when it comes to memorizing the shape, really all that needs to be memorized is this plane, right? At least, I guess, quote unquote, at the level I'm at. I like saying quote unquote. It abolishes any sort of a responsibility I have towards committing to the fact that I can say that I'm skilled or I'm not skilled. Therefore, if I just say I'm quote unquote skilled, they're like, "Ah, he's so humble. He's so humble. Oh my god, just like me for real." But yeah, whatever. The point is, at my level, I think just thinking about the plane. I mean, it makes sense logically if we just think about this plane and the shape that this plane has, and I just know there's a fucking triangle. What the fuck? Can't even speak. It's like I'm slurring my words. Except I am slurring my words, so it's not even like I'm slurring my words. Anyways, we have this shape. If I just memorize the shape, then after that, I just know that beneath the cutout, there exists a triangular addition, and then underneath it, a small rectangular addition, and then a long rectangular addition, right? Is it centered? No, it's not, but we can make it centered, right? It's okay. And then after that, just on the sides, we have just above the halfway point, roughly, there's a cutout, a mini subtraction, if you will. So now that I've spoken it into existence, I'm gonna cover this, because if I cover this, it's gonna force me to actually think, right? There you go. So if we do something like, why did I not do that before? Why didn't I just cover that shit before? That would have helped me so much. I already think I fucked up the spacing. I think I definitely fucked up the spacing. And then this is the box we have, so yeah, these are all way too small. Fuck me, this should have been much larger. At least we can make the length relatively accurate. Right? I should have made this much longer, actually. That's the issue. Yeah, whatever. I've committed to it, so it's fine. Let's see, the smaller one, and then the larger one. Yeah, this is way too small. I genuinely made this way too small. At least I understand the shape, of course, but I did, of course, make it way too small. Just odd. But hey, that's how I did it. That's how I did it, right? I don't get the right to complain now. Okay, so I know everything involving the shape is accurate, but the proportion is abysmal. But the thing is, that's already incredible progress if you think about it. Like, that's genuinely already incredible progress. Because before, I would not have been able to do this. Can you imagine me doing this the day before yesterday? I.e. 3 videos ago? No, I could not have imagined me doing this. Yes, I'm answering my own question because there's nobody to really respond. Right? So yeah, proportion was the issue. But what the main issue was just the fact that actually no, even the sizing, this was okay. Oh, it was the length. The length was the main issue. Wow, I didn't even, oh, and this, I fucked this up. I was too busy sucking my own dick, I didn't even notice I fucked that up. But hey, look, you can just pretend. Oh, but I misaligned it. Oh, and this is too short. Fuck. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I was missing that a little bit. But either way, that's actually not bad whatsoever. So the length, it needs to be much longer. Much longer. Yeah, because, like the length, because the actual, the width of this, is this the width, the fucking depth, whatever, the z-axis, I don't fucking know. That's not bad. Now, should I cover those again? That's gonna be fucking annoying. My crippled pinky is gonna, it's gonna offset the viewers, and they're all gonna leave en masse. Yes, I'm fucking permanently crippled. All right, whatever. I can still grip a barbell and my dick, so it's fine. I'm not even because I have to, because I'm a righty, but you know, it's more about the principle. Okay, let's do this from a different angle. This is weird. I'm just getting better at memorizing shapes. It shouldn't be this easy, but like I am genuinely making an effort. Maybe I need to make the shapes more complicated. I don't even fucking know anymore. What the fuck? What's going on? Maybe I should just focus on my lines. Am I tooting my own horn too much? Well, I haven't tooted in a while, so let the flatulence run free, I say. But what the fuck? Why am I able to do this? I'm actually confused. I guess that's learning, whatever. I am consistently obviously thinking about how to rotate this, so let's do... what angle? What angle? Do I want to make this upside down? Do I want to... Nothing about this is actually that difficult. It's just additions and subtractions. Maybe I didn't make it hard enough. But let me think. How much time has elapsed? 44 minutes? What the fuck? Okay, this might be the last page where I do this then. Because I don't know if I'll get the chance to draw tomorrow, at least record. I'll have 6 videos by the end of today, ready to queue. 6 hours. Just trying to think. What the fuck am I talking about? We need to rotate this. We need to rotate this. How should we orient this box? Yeah, everybody? How should we orient this box? Should we orient it like that? Should we orient it like this? Or maybe we should have 1 point perspective. We could try 1 point perspective, but I feel as if that's not really gonna... Actually, wait. If I'm gonna struggle with it, might as well try it, right? So yeah, see, that's already a struggle, so that's good. Okay, so this is a struggle, so that's good. So I can just... There you go. And we will... do something like that. Because technically it's a 2 point perspective. Oh fuck, oh wait, no, never mind, I didn't fuck anything up. I'm so used to just being an absolute fucking shambles when it comes to this. Okay, cool. Wait, oh, no, I shouldn't have looked at the reference, but I thought I fucked something up, but I didn't. That's okay. And then let's see if the box I've created... This isn't converting properly, but that's okay. That's my cope, I just say that's okay for everything. Let's see, the box I've created is roughly like that. Okay. And then we need to obviously converge this as well. You know, not bad. Not bad at all. But again, it does confuse me as to how I'm able to memorize these shapes without much difficulty. So much faster. Genuinely, I'm actually confused because I thought there would be a lot of struggle. But maybe the struggle is the fact that I haven't actually made them complicated enough. That could be it, right? When in doubt, just up the difficulty even more. It's so weird though. I know the perspective is probably a bit off, but there you go. Made it upside down. And I tried to add some foreshortening. I'm just surprised. How the fuck am I able to do this? Why? I am struggling, but it's... I guess I just need to up the friction in my mind a bit more. This isn't difficult enough, clearly. So, like, usually I just want to be... I just want to be fucking torn. I want to be torn. I'm not saying this isn't difficult. This is very difficult, but... Yeah, I just need to make the shapes even more fucking retarded. Alright, that's the... I have what, 15 minutes? No, 12 minutes. Okay, the next one, I'm just gonna have to make the shape like really fucking difficult so that I can spend my time. We need to up the ante. I will not take this relative leisurely pace. Fucking goddammit. But yeah, let me rest my brain. And please do the same. But yes, we need to butt fuck my brain with discomfort. Absolutely butt fuck it. Technically, there is a lot of issues with this, actually. This might be way too long. Right, this might be too long. But then again, it is foreshortened. Might be okay. I don't fucking know. But overall, the point is I'm not struggling hard enough. So thus, we must increase the difficulty yet again. We... Okay, well, accidentally did it in this angle, but that's fine. Yeah, the people who watch me, they come for discomfort. They come for discomfort? What the fuck is that sentence? They come for the cum. Alright? But no, the people who watch me, they want me to struggle. They don't want my drawings to be good. They want it to be shit. So they can be like, wow, this is what the art process is like. So 10 years later, they're like, holy shit, I remember when he was garbage. God damn it. This is not right. Everything is not going according to plan. Okay. So I need to make the most convoluted fucking adjustments, clearly. So we need to start off with something like this. Ah, yes, I used to struggle with this, so this is good. Right? The diagonals. And then we need to do something like... There you go. Something like that. There you go. That's already gonna fuck my brain, hopefully. Hopefully? Hopefully. Cannot speak. And then we're gonna have some cutouts. That's just gonna make the problem worse. Right? There you go, something like this. Right? See, I'm already fucking it up. This is beautiful, this is good. And then we can... Oh, we can also do something like this. I think, right? Did I fuck something up? I think I already fucked something up. Maybe I fucked it. Maybe I made it too difficult already. Wait, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. Because then... Wait. Something like that, right? Something like that? Well, if it's confusing me while I'm creating it, it's clearly going to confuse me while I'm recreating it. So, there you go. And then we'll create a mini little... There you go, just a mini little... There's our mini subtraction. Right? Good stuff. And then we'll create an addition that is also going to fuck my brain. Well, first we'll just do a mini one. I don't even know where I'm going to have space to do the big one. This is actually, again, really good for line quality. Not that my line quality is good, but it's good for line quality, right? Okay. And then, where can we have the last addition? Alright. Oof. This is gonna hurt my brain. I'm excited. This kind of looks like an alien head. That's not what I meant, but I guess that's what ended up happening. It's like with this being the eyes or whatever, this being the mouth. Yeah, that definitely looks like an alien head. Type shit, as the kids say. I just don't know what to do Well, how about we just keep it as this? This is already seemingly pretty difficult enough, so now I need to memorize this shape. So again, I think using language has been a very powerful tool, as with anything. So if we describe, then we can cement what the shape is, right? You know what's frustrating me is the fact that I already have an idea of how to rotate this. Why am I getting better at this? I shouldn't be complaining, but I'm trying to make things more difficult. And this little hack, quote unquote, I found was just keeping this plane in mind and having everything relate to that. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm not making things difficult enough. Maybe it's too generic, right? Fuck me, bro. God damn it. And that's an invitation. But we could actually have an addition like this. There you go. There's our big addition right there. There you go. That will make things more interesting. And I have to think about how I'm going to rotate this, which should be fun. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, wow, what the fuck? I have 4 minutes left. All right, well, we're going to go a bit past. What time is it? It is 4:30. No, 5:30? No, 4:30. Jesus Christ, I cannot fucking read analog. It's 4:30 almost. Okay, cool. And then from 5 to 6, I'll do piano. The lesson's at 8. Wonderful. I don't know why I do know why I'm telling this out loud. For personable reasons. You relate to me. Yes. Wow, look at him. He also has a life. Incredible. Okay, we need to rotate this. Okay, first I need to memorize this. So this is the diamond shape I have, right? Not diamond shape. It's like a rhomboid type shape. And then we go down a little bit. We do a cutout. We go down more than halfway. We do a cutout just before it turns again. And then we, finish the cutout. It's a small one. Finish the shape. Then there's a small additional cutout here, or another diamond shape that's aligned with the bottom, the small narrow one, the small narrow width of this rhomboid. Is this a rhomboid shape? I guess it's more of a pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. No, it's a hexagon actually. It's just a really fucking retarded hexagon. But that's aligned. Then it comes back up here. This is actually accurate. But it just needed to go up a bit more. Yeah, because this is obviously angled as well. So what I needed to do is I just need to angle this a bit better. The logic doesn't really make sense here. Then it comes out. Okay. I think the logic actually doesn't make much sense. But we're gonna have to see how it goes. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have to see how it goes. I think for this one, maybe I'll try doing it from my mind, right? And this is something that's just jutting out from the bottom. Okay, let's try. Let's see this. I think this shape is already too short. But it's okay. We'll see how this goes. And then okay, it juts out, comes back around, right? Nope, that's incorrect. We want it to be something like that, and then it goes this way, then it goes out, like so, and then it comes back around. There you go. I already think I made it too narrow. That's okay. This should have been a bit wider, possibly. And then this comes out, right? So what the fuck happens here? Okay, so we have something like this. No, that's wrong. It should have been a bit shorter. Well, it's okay, I'm committed now. Okay, this is obviously wrong. It should have been the other way. This should have been a shorter distance. Should have been a longer one. But see, I'm glad. Finally, I'm making fucking genuine mistakes. Right? I don't even remember what the top side looks like anymore. I don't know. Ah, this is wonderful. I'm actually unsure. And it's something like this, right? I actually don't remember anymore. Let me try to think. It's these cutouts, and then this is on the bottom, and then what? I'm trying to think. It's the cutouts, and it's on the bottom, and then... Oh, okay, so is it something like this? Right? Is that... No, it's completely wrong. Okay, that's amazing. So we already know this is, yeah, it should have been way wider, way longer, right? So that's the main thing. This should have been a lot wider, because that confuddles the shape. Actually, this isn't... Yeah, and this should have been lower. Oh. Oh, okay, okay, I see, I see. So it should have... The bottom here should have jutted inwards like that. There you go. And then that would have... Right? It should have jutted inwards. And that connects it like that. Yeah, that makes sense. And let's see. This is relatively aligned with that. Yeah, this is an okay size. It's just this everything should have been wider to accommodate for that. This is good. This is good. This is a hashtag genuine struggle. So I'm gonna try my best not to look at this again, and we're going to try doing it from the side. Right? Which side? We'll do this side. Okay, something like this. Right. Well, I guess I did the wrong side, but now I'm just gonna have to compensate. That was supposed to be the top, but I clearly did not define it as clearly as I should have. And then let's try to think. Is it like that? Right? Wait, which way is this box oriented? Oh, it's like this. There you go. The line is way too thick though. The lines are way too thick, so that's something I can focus on as well. Something like this, maybe. Okay. Ah, this is wonderful. I'm really, really, really struggling with this. I don't even think I have any of this right. Okay, that is, I think that's horribly off. So, yeah, I mean, like, I could try and be like, oh, look at this, but that this is completely off because, okay, that was accurate, right? In relation, this is the back of the head. Okay, so technically, I should have also done something like this. Right? So that would have been better. Okay. Actually, technically, and then what? And then I should have considered this. And just done something like that. Okay, so I had the right idea, but I just lost it. But overall, this is very, very wrong. And that is amazing. So now I know that this is the type of shape that I need to do more of. So we need more really convoluted diagonals. We need more cutouts. We need more subtle cutouts like this. And that's the direction I'm going to go in for the rest of this page to really push myself. That's amazing. The fact that I made consistent fuck ups like this is the next level for my spatial reasoning, right? And rotation and rounding and all that stuff. But obviously, I always need to keep line quality in mind. So yeah, that was fun. That was a genuine struggle, right? Emphasis on the wine because I did bitch and moan quite a bit. Positively, I bitched and moaned, right? So I hope you all had fun. I hope you pushed yourselves. I hope you tried to go outside your comfort zone as much as you could within reason, right? That you genuinely struggled and you enjoyed the struggle. And yeah, with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing and play the game of money.